Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to tell you about a secret underground factory at Leeds Bradford Airport during World War II. Nowadays, thousands of people pass through Leeds Bradford Airport unaware of the part that it played in winning the war for us. The airport was opened on the 17th of October 1931 and initially it was run by the Yorkshire Aeroplane Club. They flew mainly civil aircraft like Tiger Moths and Gypsy Moths, and it was just sort of fun flying for the first few years. But the first airline that flew from Leeds Bradford Airport was North Eastern Airways, and they flew a service from Edinburgh to London, and it stopped at Newcastle and Eden Airport. On the inaugural flight, both the northbound and the southbound aircraft met at Eden Airport, and there was a large crowd there gathered, and they flew aircraft like this. It's called an airspeed envoy. In early 1939, the Air Ministry approached Avro, an aircraft manufacturers in Manchester, and asked them to expand the premises for mass production of aircraft. Avro chose Eden Airport, aka Leeds Bradford, and they built a massive factory there next to the airport, which was over 1.5 million square feet, and at the time it was the largest single factory in Europe. As well as the building being able to withstand bombs, the Ministry of Air Production wanted to hide it from the Germans, so they got people from the film industry to cover the roof of the factory with grass. And on top of this, they placed a false farmhouse, false walls and false hedges, which were painted in different colours at different times of the year to pick up the seasons. And they even had false animals, farm animals, that they moved around on a daily basis, so that from the air it just looked like total countryside. A really clever plot, really. And I believe that they even painted on the roof a pond to look like real countryside. So, and it did actually work because the Germans never saw it and they never came anywhere near it. There were up to 11,000 people employed at that factory, and just over half of them were women. The Ministry of Aircraft Production had to build 3 housing estates around the airport just to accommodate the people who were working there. Now, they started off making Ansons, but a year later they started building Lancaster Bombers, and nearly 700 Lancaster Bombers were built up at Leeds Bradford Airport, and the first one rolled off the production line at the same time that King George and the Queen were visiting, and King George actually autographed the first Lancaster bomber that ever came off the production line at Leeds Bradford. So Leeds Bradford has an interesting history in the war. Although it wasn't used as a fighter base or a bomber base, it was very important for the outcome of the Second World War. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see any of my other aviation videos, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Please subscribe.